What's up everybody, this is Storm here. I bring you another news update video. I hope everybody having a good Sunday and having a good weekend. We could be going over the update information that we received from Monster Hunter Wilds that happened this past couple of weeks. So without further ado, let's get on with the information. The new info we have is a new monster that was revealed. It goes by the name of Balahara. Is a Leviathan type monster found in the Windward Plains, makes its debut in the Monster Hunter Wilds. This Leviathan uses its serpentine body to slither through the normally impassed jagged landscape with ease. The Balahara's secrets a slick substance that allows it to greet any creature unfortunate enough to wander into its territory with a salvo slung from afar. Even the cunning predator, the Balahara, will often burrow into the smooth desert sand and coil itself in wait, using its flexible body to create a pit of quicksand that will ensnare its prey. So we got our first look of a new monster, and that's gonna be running amok in the sand wastelands in Monster Hunter Wilds. He kind of remind me of another monster from Monster Hunter World. I forgot what the name was, but it used like mud to encase his body to make it like a little hardened shell. But he does hides in the swampy area of Monster Hunter World, waiting for an opponent to come close to attack and sludge and throw mud slungs at you to slow you down. So that is very interesting to see. I'm curious, will that monster make another appearance so we could have a turf war battle between the two? We'll see. Alright, on to our next available information. This one's free. The Forbidden Lands are unforgiving regions sparse with resources and plentiful, and these competing for them. Violent clashes over territory are an everyday occurrence in the desert, not just between the titans that inhabited it. So this basically just confirmation turf wars are coming back into Monster Hunter Wilds. They appear on Monster Hunter World, and basically the whole point of turf war, especially if you're playing by yourself or you want to be a little more strategic how you hunt down your monster, you will lure it into another monster who inhabited the space in that certain area, and they will have a turf battle to see who is the strongest. It is good to have another monster to do some good damage to the monster that you're hunting, and also it does give you some free resources that will come off from the monster, like for example scales, fur, basically crafting materials that you would need from said monster that you are hunting from. So I'm curious, like, how crazy will the turf war be in Monster Hunter Wilds, because Monster Hunter World, they were just like a little quick back and forth. Monster would attack the other one will fight back, and one of the monsters would end up running away. So I am curious what kind of would be just be the same kind of turf wars that we got in, or would it be a bigger scale type of turf war, like would the fight last longer, and the monster, instead of running away, would the monster will stay in the air to try to fight off the other monster? That would be kind of interesting to see. Alright, on to the next one. For example, the type of turf war we could be getting in the latest footage, a pack of Balahara can be seen attacking a large Dashaguma, and we could see a Chotacabra under attack from a group of small monsters. Yes, even small monsters can be observed defending themselves against large predators if they feel threatened. Acknowledging of this type of behavior can be used to your advantage. Be sure to keep a keen eye on your surroundings so you can act appropriately when the time comes. Immersive, seamless connection between story and gameplay. The development team is working to craft a story unlike anything seen before in the Monster Hunter series, blending a compelling and intriguing narrative with interesting characters to meet during your journey. And I'm happy to hear that, because Monster Hunter World's story was very interesting, but there was like some cases that just feel disjointed from the gameplay. Like, of course, like there was this big old monster, like a big old molten monster that was like traveling through and stuff. Like, I can't remember what the monster was, but it was like covered in goldish type of thing. And we tried to fight it, and it leaves the area, but that was pretty much it. Like, the biggest one that we seen that played like a big role, I guess, when it comes to story, I guess you could probably say Nier Gigante. But even he didn't have that much like staying out. Yeah, he was like a ruthless elder dragon that we saw in the game. But yeah, so hopefully like we stay more tied with the story and gameplay, because the story was cool. I just wish it wasn't so disjointed at times, because it'd just be like we get a big old cutscene, we see this giant monster that is making its way to the, I guess, to the new world as they describe it. Then we fight him, we blast him, he drop off some pieces that we managed to get, and he just never came back. So it's like, huh. But I think Iceborne, I believe they rectified that with an Iceborne. So it just straight out the gate that the story is co-signed with the gameplay and what you're actually doing. Like, it doesn't feel so disjointed. I think that'd be perfectly fine. Alright, so on to our last bit of news now. A mysterious large monster approaches the Windward Plains. Is a local that showcases a rich, vibrant ecosystem full of monsters, contrasted by the harshness of nature. During your adventures, you'll discover the mysteries of this land and monsters that inhabit it. Amongst these harsh conditions, you'll need to be wary of a sand tide, a violent sandstorm rife with lightning. Also in the trailer, there was a scene where a large mysterious monster was attacking a Dash Goomba with lightning. So we got a first glance of a brand new monster, which there's no name for it as of right now, and just going off of the looks of it, it used lightning. It's definitely not Korean. And what was that dog like? What, like Zig? It was in Monster Hunter Rise. I can't remember the name. But anyway, it's definitely not one of those. So this possibly could be a totally new monster altogether, or this is a returning monster from an old Monster Hunter game. So the fact that it shoots lightning, it could be a very dangerous monster. I don't believe it's the Elder Dragon. Like, I think it'd be a little bit surprising if they showed off the Elder Dragon this early on, so I don't believe that's what it is. But I guess we'll probably see it, what it is, at the next event that we might see Monster Hunter Wild. I went to bet they will probably be at either Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show, one of those two. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Alright, now with those little news out of the way, we're gonna go over the bullet point highlights that also got announced for Monster Hunter Wild. The next generation of Monster Hunter. Seamless transitions between village and wilds with no loading screen, just like in Monster Hunter World to some extent. Dynamic day and night system affects the monster appear and their behavior, which is good. Dynamic weather with rain, lightning strikes, dust storms, etc. I'm curious, will that also affect monster? Like, will that also like do some type of damage to monsters instead of just us? But it definitely will make the whole situation challenging. It definitely will. Let's see what else we have. The map is twice the size of any other Monster Hunter game. I'm curious how that will look compared to Monster Hunter World. Quests can be dynamically started in the field without the need for a quest board, which is I'm happy about, because now we don't always have to go back to camp to start a new mission. Because usually you finish the quest, go back to camp, restock on resources, then head back out. But in some situations, you don't really need to head back to camp, so it's good to like do multiple. I always prefer to complete multiple quests at once. So when I finish them, I could turn them all in at the same time when I go back to camp. So this is a good thing for me. You can now swap weapons mid-hunt for your mount, which we heard about before. New mounts are called secrets, are more agile than powder meats. I believe that was the mount that you had in Monster Hunter Rise. So the fact they're more agile, I'm curious how that is gonna look. Attack, pick up items, and even swap weapons while mounted, which is good when you need like a quick escape or a little breather from a monster that you're hunting, especially ones that be hella aggressive like near Gigante and Monster Hunter Wild, because once you start a fight with him, he's on your ass. Mounts have an auto run feature that will take you to a pinned destination, which is nice. Continue exploring freely after completing a quest, doesn't force you back to the camp, which is also good, because since you finish like a quest, it could a countdown will appear for you to let you know that it's gonna take you back to the camp, which wasn't bad, but it just like you had like a short amount of time if you want to get some resources or probably do another quick other hunt. So this is good, especially if you're like one of those like, oh, we completed this main quest, but a monster I've been waiting for is in the area also, so you could try to get him at the same time. And it doesn't always hurt to have extra crafting materials or resources from other monsters, because you never know. Alright, moving on. Large monsters can now run in herds. That's gonna be crazy. As usual, monsters can interact and fight each other as well, which is basically the crap, I literally was saying it. Turf Wars, there we go. Light bowgun, heavy bowgun, and hunting horse have seen some of the biggest changes to make them feel better. I always like to play with somebody who has a hunting horn, because those buffs that the person uses definitely does help in battle. Capcom placed a big focus on the story this time, including playing with the camera angles and cinematics. Can't wait to see how that looks. Online co-op has seen matchmaking improvements. Very nice. Playing through the story in multiplayer is more convenient, but there are still some story moments you have to watch solo. And not surprising, I'm assuming like when you have to be solo is when like they're doing like a introduction cutscene for a new monster that appear. Let's say you're in Monster Hunter World and you go into the desert area, and a cutscene kicks off that you and some of the research team is out in the field and stuff. Next you know, Diablo pop up, and it tells you Diablo's here. Sometimes you will have to fight that monster solo before you could request some backup from your friends or shoot off a flare so you can get some people to help you. So I'm assuming that what it means is gonna be played like the same way. But yeah, with that being said, that's all the news. That's all the new information that we got from Monster Hunter Wilds. It's basically sound like stuff that they had in Monster Hunter World is coming back for this one, but more greatly improved, which I am all about, because Monster Hunter World is my favorite Monster Hunter game. So hopefully Monster Hunter Wilds will have stuff that will surpass it in different aspects. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do have another video that's coming either in a later day or tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. and enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.